There are some people who want to change, but then they're scared about what that change might end up doing. So I know that there are some women out there that would love to look and feel more attractive, slimmer, more confident, but then they're concerned about what their husband might think of that.
Hey, and welcome to the 20-Year Gap with your hosts, Kylie and Casey. We're two women with a 20-year age gap who give our generational perspectives on business, life, and everything in between. If you haven't yet done so, we'd love for you to hit follow, and while you're at it, please give us a rating so our podcast can grow organically and we can help reach more people. You'll find us at the 20-Year Gap on all your favorite social platforms. And now, let's jump into today's episode. Hey everybody, today we are going to be talking about how to jumpstart your healthy habits or a healthy fitness routine, because sometimes we always fall off the wagon, or we have periods where it's birthdays or Christmas or seasonal, or we just are not in the habit of being healthy. So today Kylie and I are going to be talking about how to get yourself back on track.
Yes. And you know what, Case? I know that this is so relevant where birthdays pop up and we go, let's do something really, really good. And then you go, oh, hang on, no, next month is this and next month is that. And then when are we going to start? And we've been talking about doing our own fitness regime, our own little workout each day, our own challenge. And we said October. Yes. And why do we say October?
We said October because both of our birthdays are in September. Mine being tomorrow.
It is.
At the date of recording this, my birthday is tomorrow. So, and that's always a call for some cocktails and cheese platter and cheese snacks. So we have put it off, which maybe isn't the best thing to do sometimes, putting it off. There'll always be reasons. There'll always be things coming up. There'll always be birthdays. There'll always be seasonal events. So I guess it's kind of how to get yourself back into healthy habits 99% of the time.
That's right. And you're allowed to have cheat days, let's be honest. Otherwise we just lose the fun in life, I believe. Like, I love wine. I love cheese.
Yes.
It's just part of what I do. It's part of me entertaining friends. It's part of me going and mingling with friends. So that's always going to be a constant for me.
Yeah. I think there's a difference between when, you just want to jumpstart your healthy habits and start getting a little bit healthy, maybe lose a little bit of weight. Like, we're coming into summer here. Australia is coming into summer. So I definitely know, putting on my bikini, I was like, well, those bits don't jiggle. They need to stop jiggling. They're jiggling a little bit more than what they're used to. So I know that's when I kind of get the motivation. I go, okay, now it's time to cut back on a couple of things and jump straight back into routine. Obviously, if you are on a mission and you have got, a lot of weight you want to lose, a goal you want to hit, absolutely, then you've got to be a little bit more strict with yourself. But I think today we're going to talk about how to just start making small changes to start improving on your everyday health, start cutting a couple of things back so that you can start seeing small changes. So Kylie, tell me, what would you do? Say you look in the mirror, you go, nope, okay, bits are jiggling. I need to just get back into the habit of being healthy. What's something that you would do first off?
I think for me, it always starts with a decision. I've always got to get to a point where I'm like, right, it's for me this time. It's not about what people think of me. It's not about, how to be a better wife, how to look better. It's not about an external thing. It all comes from internal. And I think a lot of people look for a motivation that's external. We have to look in the mirror and really eyeball ourselves and go, what do I need? What do I want? I want to feel fit and healthy every day.
Yes.
And that way I am actually a better person for everybody around me. So for me, it's about looking at myself. If I'm not happy, it's a decision. That's all it is. And then deciding that tomorrow, or it could be today, right? But tomorrow I'm not going to roll over. I'm actually going to get up and do something. Like this morning, we went down to the beach.
Yeah.
We did some squats. We did some stretches. We did some cool stuff. And it was really, really lovely. And I think that's the thing that people don't get too. We can always create the time. A lot of people feel that time is not their friend and they don't have a 20-minute window to do stuff, but they do. They've just got to make it happen.
They do. Sometimes people look at the whole picture and worry about, having to get to the gym like suddenly 7 days a week or 5 days a week when you don't really need that. You can get up and do something, just get your body moving. I think that's the main thing, is people don't get their body moving enough. I know I go through periods where I don't do that, and I always feel horrible when I'm not exercising. I always feel a lot more tired. I always feel a lot more like down. I know that exercise is definitely a good point for me, and it really just needs to be simple, like going out for a walk exactly in the morning, going down to the beach if you've got access to the beach, going to walk around your neighborhood, like breathing in some fresh air. It will do wonders for your energy and for your level, and kickstarting a healthy habit. So I think also what I want to cover is like sometimes we wake up and we're like, yes, like today's the day we're going to change. We're going to start doing this. We're going to be healthy, you know, and maybe we do it for a day or two, and then we kind of lose motivation and we forget. So how would you say that you keep yourself accountable? Like, do you usually get an accountability partner, or how would you personally usually keep yourself accountable?
It is nice to have a friend who keeps me accountable, but at the same time, like I said, it needs to be an internal motivation. You can't rely on other people for anything. So I think for me, what I do is I will put, when I really want to get serious, I'll put it in my diary and I make an appointment with myself.
Yes.
And then I keep myself accountable. And look, that doesn't always work. Things pop up. I'm a mum. I've got 2 teenage kids. I've got to run them here, there, and everywhere. I've actually turned into the mum taxi. I used to giggle about those signs in the back of cars, the mum taxi, but it's legit. It's a thing, and I feel like I'm running everywhere, doing their sporting things, making them, you know, I've got a really fit and healthy little crew, our family, and so we're quite active, and I'm the one that can slip out of that activity really easily because I allow things sometimes to get in the way. So again, I have to eyeball myself and go, it's for me, and be accountable to me. But having a friend to go down to the beach and do some stuff with, or go to the gym, like have a gym buddy and then tag that person in and just create this little environment that you're really happy to be in. And that's the other thing too. A lot of people will look at themselves in the mirror. They may feel like they're overweight, look overweight, they've got the jiggly bits, and they then turn on themselves and make it into a chore. It's almost like they're harming themselves. Like they're going out there to really punish themselves into a workout.
They're making it a negative. It's all in your mind. You're doing this like, oh, I have to do this. I have to do this.
Yeah.
You know, I was listening to a really good podcast and, you know, listening to a guy the other day, and he said like such simple things like change your mindset. Like, oh, I have to do this. I have to work out. I have to pick up the kids. I have to do this. I have to do that. And there's such a simple switch when you say, if you can say out to yourself, I get to.
Yes.
Because think about it. Like, do you know how many people don't have the luxury of going down to the beach and doing some squats on the beach?
Right.
Do you know how many people don't have the luxury of being able to, you know, get themselves fit and healthy? And everybody does. Everybody has that, you know, that power, and people just make excuses. Mm-hmm. Excuses are so much stronger than people's willpower at the moment, and your willpower is a muscle. You need to work it. But when you can switch your mind and go, oh, I have to do this, I have to work out, to like, I get to watch my body change. I get to take back control over my body. I get to go work out. I get to go feel amazing. I think that's something that as soon as you make that switch in your head, you'll feel a lot better about yourself, and you'll feel like, yeah, I get to do this. Let's go. Let's do this. And I know also like self-talk to me, I sometimes, when we go into the gym, like sometimes I just don't want to go, and I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do this. I really don't feel like doing this. And this is the self-talk that's going on in my head. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm sitting in the car and I start talking to myself out loud. And I'm like, Casey, you are going to do this. You are going to enjoy it. You are going to push yourself really hard. You're going to get super sweaty. You're going to feel your muscles burning. It's going to feel great. You can do this. And you know what? That gym session that I did, I probably pushed myself the hardest I'd ever. And I pictured like my future self standing there and being like, yeah, come on, you did it. You did it. Like, just keep going. So that's kind of a little thing that I do, like to kind of pump myself up. So if you're finding it hard to get up in the morning, and you don't have to be going to the gyms exactly, you know, go for a walk, but definitely change your self-talk. Like, instead of like, I have to go do this workout, I get to go do this workout.
Make it exciting.
Yeah, make it exciting.
Yeah. And for you, it's a little treat. It's a treat to actually have 10 minutes to yourself.
Yes.
Especially as a mum, right? So you've got 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, that you get up a little bit earlier and you do something for yourself rather than serving everybody around you all day, every day.
Yes. Tony Robbins says if you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life.
Yeah.
If you cannot make, and that's another thing that you and I spoke about a little while ago, like when you become a mom, your identity is given to the other people around you, you know, and I think a lot of moms and dads and just people are in that position, you know, they give all of themselves to their family or their job or, you know, something, and you forget about yourself and you neglect yourself, which you are the most important person. If you are not 100% and you're not good, you know, if you're not 100% to yourself, how do you give 100% to everybody else?
Exactly.
You know,
right.
You've got nothing left to give. You know, you get yourself into this this kind of like spiral where you get stuck and you're just exhausted all the time. So exercise and healthy habits definitely can help you with that. Now I've just pulled something up because this is also another thing that the same guy I was listening to, his name's Rob Dial, he's the mindset mentor, he's really, really good. But he mentioned this thing, it's called Pearson's Law. And I thought it was really relevant in terms of like how to keep yourself accountable. But basically, Pearson's Law states that when performance is measured, performance improves. So when performance is measured and reported back, the rate of improvement accelerates.
And this is what I love about CrossFit, actually.
Yes.
Because CrossFit, you're always looking for the PR. You're always looking to better yourself. You're always looking to get more reps in. You're always wanting to beat the clock.
It's measurable.
It's so measurable.
Yes.
And then, sorry, go.
Everything, like, that's the same thing in the gym. People are like, oh, I can't go to the gym. It's so boring. Yeah, it's boring because you don't have something to stick to. You don't have something to measure yourself to. And again, not saying that you have to go to the gym, but I think definitely if you're going to start healthy habits, the best way to start, or personally what I do, I write out some goals and then like have to keep myself accountable to those goals. And then like you would be, you know, my best friend, and I would say like, hey, I'm starting this. I'm going to put it in my diary that by this date, I have to have achieved this goal. You know, at the end of the month, I have to have made a couple more steps to achieve that goal. So let's take weight loss and let's take healthy habits, for instance. Like I would say to you, okay, I'm going to stand on the scale today. This is what this is what I weigh. This is what I plan to do this week. I'm going to put you in my diary to call you a week from today. Put it in your diary so that you're expecting my call, and then you need to keep me accountable. Like ask me, and your friend doesn't have to be close by, and it can be anybody. You know, you have to keep me accountable and say, okay, did you do that? Did you lose the half a kilo or half a pound? Did you go to the gym, or did you walk 3 times this week, or did you run 3 times this week, or you know, somebody that keeps you accountable. So I think basically you definitely need that. You need to set out exactly what your goals are, and small.
I was going to say small
steps.
goals. Yeah, because that's the thing too. I think people want to lose 20 kilos, but 20 kilos can feel so far away, and it feels really, really hard. But if they just broke it down, like you say, weekly, they can actually just check in with themselves and see where they're at, and they'll have some really good wins, and then there might be some weeks that they just don't, and that's okay. It's just part of the process, but they're still moving forward. They're still creating those healthy habits each and every day, and the more we implement the habits, the easier those habits become, because they're just a hard thing to start.
Yeah.
But then they become a habit.
Yeah. What would you say as like a, coming from a mum's perspective with a busy family, like you've got a very busy family. Let's say you wanted to kickstart a regime. So let's say there's other mums out there that they want to, you know, kickstart their health routine, but, you know, maybe dad doesn't eat as well, or the kids don't eat the same things. Like what would be your suggestion for mums to like kind of separate themselves for a little bit and either have the courage or the willpower to eat their own food or do their own thing, or try and encourage the entire family to change? Like what would you do?
Yeah, look, I tried this earlier this year, actually, pre-COVID. I did a challenge, and I had to prepare my own meals. So, and the whole way of eating was so different to what I was used to. It was a lot of food, surprisingly, like a lot of food. I struggled to get through it. But we need fuel in our body. We need the right food in our body to fuel our body to be able to do the stuff. And I think that's the other thing too, that people, particularly women, they feel like they've got to start starving themselves to lose the weight. And they don't. It's quite the opposite. You have to eat a lot, but the right things. So when I was doing that challenge, my hubby, right, he's been doing CrossFit, I don't know, 7-8 years, however long it's been. And I used to joke about being a CrossFit widow because he was just all in. He was always there. And sometimes when I'm not in my healthy habit, when I'm not feeling great and I'm starting to get the wobbly bits and I'm not implementing things and I'm not working out and looking and feeling great, I can then look at his healthy habits and then be really upset by them, because I'm thinking he's still looking fit and fine and he's feeling fabulous and he's making time while I'm not. So anyway, when coming back to the food, so I would, actually we had HelloFresh. I think I had HelloFresh for the kids and Glenn, and then I did my own meals and I would just cook it separately. Yes, it takes more effort. It has to. If you want to create something new, it's going to be different. So I would cook up a few batches and then stick it in the fridge. And when you're prepared, you don't reach for the crap.
Yes.
And I know recently I have been reaching for the crap because I haven't been prepared. And that's why I've been looking forward to our October challenge as well, because I know that when I commit to it, I'll make it happen.
Yeah, and we've got each other to keep each other accountable.
Right.
So the accountability. So I think that kind of leads us into the next, section that we're talking about, the biggest mistakes people make when they are starting a new challenge. And I think definitely one we've covered already is trying to go too big too fast or trying to change things too suddenly. I think that's a big mistake because, again, that's a huge one. I see a lot as well as girls starving themselves and they go, oh, but I haven't eaten, I don't eat breakfast, or I don't eat, I haven't eaten all day. And then they come to a workout and they've got no energy. And it's like, well, that's why.
Yeah.
You actually need to eat. And the problem with that is then you binge, then your blood sugar levels drop, your energy levels drop, and your body is screaming at you to get something into your body. Mm-hmm. So that's when you generally will reach for, the high sugar, high carb, fastest available snack. And I know we're very guilty of this. We get super busy and we miss lunch or we miss something, and then we are super hungry and we're like, oh, that sweet chili chicken wrap sounds so good.
With the sour cream.
And all the bits.
Stuff.
Yeah, which sounds fairly healthy, but again, it's,
it could be better.
There's hidden calories and there's hidden things in a lot. So I think definitely that's one you need to be prepared. Like if you're going to start a healthy habit, have something where you set out a schedule, you have a meal prep day, like Sundays and Thursdays or something like that, and prep your meals for a couple of weeks. Also, don't skip meals. That's probably the worst thing.
Yeah.
And eat healthy. If you consistently keep your blood sugar levels steady all day, then you're going to have a lot more energy. You're going to want to actually work out, and your metabolism, you'll kickstart your metabolism. So definitely that's the biggest mistake people make, is not being prepared. What would you say was another one?
It all comes down to that going too hard, too fast, in my opinion. I think it does. Even if you start with a couple of days, even if you just be really mindful for a couple of days, that's a couple of days that you weren't mindful before.
Yeah.
And you're going to start seeing some progress. And just being really prepared moving forward and not allowing excuses to get into the way.
Yeah.
Like, I know from my perspective, I've actually had where I've put in my calendar 9 a.m. workouts every single day, and I can make it until a child's sick or whatever, and then I can lose my mojo.
Yes.
So going back to the internal motivation, why am I doing it? And, having that why on your wall as well. And visualization, knowing where you want to be. And it's not even what you're going to look like. It's how do I want to feel?
Yes.
It's the feeling behind how we appear. That's the powerful thing for me. I know that when I look in the mirror and I'm feeling good and I look good, like, my back was good, my arms were better, all that sort of stuff. That's motivation visually. But the feeling that I had before, that's where I want to be. And anybody can feel like that,
yes,
particularly if they fuel their body. So, and I know you're on a nutrition supplement, I'm on a nutrition supplement. That is a big game changer as well, because whilst we're eating better, we still don't always get the fuel that we need.
Oh no, it's almost impossible to get all the nutrients and everything that we need. I mean, this isn't a secret either. You walk into any supplement store, you walk into any pharmacy, and there's like rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of supplements. So it's no secret that we can't get everything we need from food. And even when we try to, that's a lot of veggies, and some people don't have. It's just not realistic for the everyday person to add and eat as much as vegetarians and vegans and stuff do. They've got a very healthy lifestyle. but it's not realistic for everyone. So yeah, definitely. I know you and I are very passionate about our health, and the one that we're on, we absolutely love. But anybody needs to add some sort of supplementation to their diet to help them, to give them a kick. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. It's going to kickstart your healthy routines. It's going to boost your brain power. Like, there are so many things that can help you out there.
Yes, exactly. And coming back to the challenges as well, there are some people who want to change, but then they're scared about what that change might end up doing. So I know that there are some women out there that would love to look and feel more attractive, slimmer, more confident, but then they're concerned about what their husband might think of that.
Should never do it for the other person.
I know. That's exactly right. So again, that internal motivation, why do you want to feel like that? Why do you want to look like that? Will you be a happier person? Will you feel more content?
Yes, I love that. I think going back to that, focus on feeling.
Yeah.
Focus on feeling, because also, how empowered do you feel? Like, when you're on a good routine and you keep going, you're just like, yeah, I feel good. I'm seeing results. And the more results you see, the more motivated you get. So I think, yes, definitely, basically just start small. Start small, start seeing, small little progress, small little steps. There's another book, a really good book called The Slight Edge. And it's all about how those like tiny little incremental actions add up to the big pie at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah, so definitely. So that's a really good one. Any other mistakes that you can think of that people make? Food choices? Educate yourself.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I think, there's raw stuff, like all these cooking things out there, and raw slices. They sound really healthy and really good, but they're so not. Still, you can still make better choices.
Yeah.
Anything that's in a packet, again, it could have 99% fat-free, all the stuff, all the marketing mumbo jumbo, but eating something that comes off a tree, or a root vegetable, or something that is purely natural, that is going to be way better than eating the apple slices out of a packet, because the apple slices are full of preservatives and all sorts of stuff to keep it fresh and, looking fantastic, and different colorings and all sorts of stuff.
Do you know what I heard once? And I don't know how true this is, so don't take my word for it. But someone told me once that our oranges are actually imported from overseas, but they're dehydrated before they're imported, and then they're pumped with Australian water.
I've heard
so
that
that's
too.
when it's said that they're Australian oranges, but they're actually not. I don't know how true that is, but and I was like, that blew my mind. I was like, what?
We need to Google that, because I've also heard that story. I haven't heard that they've called them Australian oranges. However, you do have to question the process, they're picked. And this is why I'm on a nutritional supplement as well, because I know for a fact that there's stuff that's picked well and truly too early. When a tree grows its fruit and then it's ripe and then it just plucks off easily, you can't. And then if you've got it and it's ripe and then it sits in your fruit bowl, you don't have weeks.
Yeah.
But at a supermarket, you can, there's fruit sitting there that's come from a crate out the back, which has come from a truck that's been, in transport, that's been coming from, it's just this whole long process. That fruit was not perfectly ready to eat at the time that it was picked. So it's lacking in nutrition.
Yeah. Well, we could go on and on about this for ages. We'll have to do another show just on food and healthy choices for food. But I think just to kind of pull all of that together. So definitely taking small steps, fixing your mindset. Your mindset, also your self-talk, how you talk to yourself, how you encourage yourself is a huge thing. You're finding time just for yourself, finding those moments to get out and do a walk, get out and do a workout, meditating. Even just meditating will help you understand your mindset a lot better, and being able to take those extra steps. Once you take back control of your mind, you can take back control of your body. And I think that's so, so, so important. So there's a couple of things, actually, this is what we were talking about earlier. So I've got a 7 steps to a miracle morning. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big believer that if you can take control of your morning and you can optimize your morning, you will be able to optimize your day. So this is something that we will actually give to all these listeners, and you'll be able to jump on our Facebook or our Instagram, and it'll be a free download. So you can go and grab that there. 7 steps to a miracle morning. It's what I do every single morning. And I notice a huge difference. And if I don't do it, if I don't do these steps, then I find I'm a little bit out of control and a little bit wayward the rest of the day. But these are definitely 7 steps that I think if you can incorporate into your daily life, and a lot of other, all successful people talk about doing these things as well. Add these things into your daily routine, and I truly believe that you'll take better control of your life and your day and jumpstart those healthy habits.
And it's funny you say that, because I know the mornings that you might have skipped something or you haven't actually done them because your energy level is completely different.
Yeah.
And you just arrive differently. And I just know that you haven't done all your stuff because you haven't set your day up.
Yes. Usually that's when I skip meditating. Usually I can change any mood that I'm in. I can shift and alter through a meditation.
Right.
And yes, if I've run out of time in the mornings to do that, or I'm in a rush, or something's put a spanner, anywhere, that's life. It happens. Yep. But yeah, definitely you can see I completely have a different mood. And I think everybody will feel like that. If you can get your mornings right, you're set for the rest of the day. I promise you that you're set for the rest of the day.
And it is giving yourself the 100% so you can give 100% to others. And also I love the saying about, how you fill your cup up every day.
Yeah.
I like to fill my cup up. When I'm at my best, I've filled my cup up to the point where it's overflowed into the saucer, and then I give from the saucer, because you never want to give from the cup, because the cup's you. So you want to give yourself well and truly more than what you need, then you can serve others.
Yep.
But if you're constantly giving from your own cup and you've got to constantly keep filling that cup up, that's hard work.
That is hard work.
So give yourself more each and every morning, and then you've got more in your day to be able to hand on to others.
Yes, definitely. So I hope this has helped you guys. I hope you jump in and just kickstart some healthy habits. I know, especially if you're in Australia, we're coming into summer, everybody's favorite time of year. If you're overseas or anywhere else, you guys are coming into winter, and this is a time where, you might be wearing a couple more layers, but don't let those healthy habits sneak out the door. So if you want that 7 steps to a miracle morning, jump onto our socials.
And share with us too. Yeah. We may not be able to be your accountability partner, but at the same time, we love celebrating people.
Yeah.
So share with us on our socials and tell us what kind of things you're going to be implementing.
Maybe we do. Maybe we can become accountability partners. Maybe we should set something up. Anybody that wants to join in our October challenge.
Let's do that.
That you and I are going to do.
Because we can. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So if you're listening to this, we'll start sharing on our socials our October challenge. We're kickstarting our healthy habits. We're doing daily exercises. We can share all of that with you guys, and we can keep each other accountable. So we'll set something up for that, and that'd be great.
That is very cool. I like that.
That's a good idea. Okay, we'll do that. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. Remember, you can find us at the 20-year gap with a 20 on Instagram and Facebook. Please follow us along. Please share with all your friends, and we will hopefully bring you guys everything that you want to hear, and look forward to speaking to you again.
So we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and remember, if you got something out of what we discussed today, please hit the follow or subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Also, it would mean the absolute world to us if you gave us a rating to help us grow. We look forward to bringing you more, but until then, go live your best life.